Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. I'm Lamar Haven. Welcome back to Phantasy Star 4. It's time to take the bastard down. So it is time to go to Kaderi, I believe. We'll find out. Here we are, at Kaderi. And down here is the tower. Zeo's fort. Everybody, out of the way. 1, 2, 3! And there we go. Underneath here is Nurvus, the center of the entire control system. Zeo! Is Zeo in there? Chaz, I know how you feel, but right now we've got to shut down Nurvus. We don't have time to talk about it. We must hurry. I did forget to mention that Rune can equip the Psycho Wand. Notice its attack power lowers a lot, but its mental power goes up, so it's actually pretty useful. You probably want that, because you're probably not going to be using Rune for anything other than attacking. So after that oddly placed entrance, here we are. And our first enemies are Tarantellas. And just have Rune defend. Not going to go too far out with fighting these guys. Just as a warning, this mission, this dungeon, you're probably going to leave and come back in quite a bit. This is a very long dungeon. Demi, can you send an interrupt command to Nurvus from this terminal? Impossible. Presently, Nurvus is not accepting input from the outside. We can't even access the system unless we get inside its nucleus. Alright, so that tells us no shortcuts. We have to get to the main terminal. And here we find Wave Shot. I believe that's an upgrade for Demi. Yes, quite a significant upgrade. This one doesn't have the stop status effect associated with it. Centaurs! Goody. Let's cross-cut this guy. I'm going to be fairly... I'm going to be using a lot of my abilities on this run because I seriously doubt I'm getting to the end of this dungeon in one run. So chances are I'm going to have to go to an inn, rest, and come back at some point. That said, boy, Rune's Hewn is so destructive. And Disrupt. I believe Disrupt... That's odd. I seem to remember Disrupt being an instant kill. Which is weird because she has Eliminate. Or Eliminate. I call it Eliminate because that's how it looks in the game. I'm sorry. That's weird. I'm going to see what it does. Oh, it hits everybody. Oh, that's right. That's her area of effect move. This is her air slash. I'm sorry. I remember now. Let's just do a Gifoy. Ow. Everybody be missing. Everybody be missing. Even they're missing! Zeo's guard. Sucks to be you guys. It's hard to imagine anybody following a leader as nihilistic as Zeo himself, but it's obvious that he's deceiving his followers to some degree. You remember the cultists believe that he, that's odd, never mind. The cultists seem to believe Zeo's going to recreate the world, possibly in his image. Pretty typical fare, until you realize he's lying. Or they've misinterpreted him. He just wants to destroy everything because that's what he thinks his god wants. Also of note, I'm pretty sure Dark Force is a present threat in all, if not all the Phantasy Star series, at least Phantasy Star 2. I'm not 100% on that, but that's the impression I get. So that was supposed to be a much bigger dramatic reveal. Oh my god, it's Dark Force, than I made it out to be. Is sort of what I'm trying to get at. And probably be very right in assuming that. So Chaz got paralyzed in that previous fight. If you just walk around, eventually it should wear off. See? He started moving. It doesn't take long. So Grenorus is just another random enemy, so I'm just going to spam attack on him. Not very tough enemy. Looks like the Chaos Sorcerers that we faced before. Obviously, it's going to be a tech-based enemy, but he, without any support, he kind of falls flat. But you only get one Maceta from him, apparently. They do that a lot with enemies. It's really strange to me. But you'll get a lot of situations where they just kind of say, whoops, no Maceta from this group enemies. Why? Because we said so. SAR, as you just noticed, is the healing technique that allows you to heal your whole party. We don't have that yet, I don't think. I'm fairly certain we don't. SAR is a really high-level technique. So they really want to limit your ability to AoE heal in the early game, because that's how they compensate for the lack of abilities, the lack of because you obviously can't handle every situation. You don't have all the resources available to you yet. So they like to hit you with AoE damage and have you hopefully survive that type of encounter. And then later on, they start to have somewhat more interesting fights with somewhat more challenging mechanics, because they let you have more tools at your disposal. Pretty typical of any game that lasts a great deal of time, like RPGs. They don't introduce all the mechanics at once, kind of thing. Alright. That ought to get him weak enough that regular attacks can finish him off. And no, I thought that did it. And that was the paralyzed attack, by the way. One that hit Chaz earlier. And Chaz learned Githu, so now he has a new attack technique. Alrighty. Oops, I should use Gires. Oh well. I'll use it on Grizz. Like I said, Gires is always more efficient if you heal more than once. Alright. So let's see, I want to go this way first. Go down here, and now we're down in this section. If you walk down here, there's a chest. And inside is ceramic gear. So that should be worn by Demi, and that's only a 3-point defense boost, but take what you can get. Remember, small numbers game. Air slash these guys. Disrupt I've already used, so attack, and hewn. Now, the combination attack that I've shown before, Phantasy and Air Slash, there are several combinations in the game. There are some available to me now that I could use, but I don't, because one, sometimes they're really complicated, and two, the problem is that if you don't use a macro to produce the combo, it can fail. Like, you can say Air Slash was a combination with something for Chaz, and it is. There are several things that Air Slash combos with. The problem you run into is that during a normal battle, your turns aren't in a set order that you can always predict. And sometimes the enemies can interrupt your turns. And when that happens, it'll interrupt the combo too. Chaz will just use a regular Air Slash, and say Demi will just use Phantasy, and you would never notice, and they would never get the combo off if an enemy went between them. Like, in that case, they probably would have had a combination in that specific example. But you can't 100% guarantee it unless you make a macro ahead of time. The only time I tend to use macros, in all honesty, is usually when I first, for my first turn of combat. Alright, so we move on to here, and that sets us over this bridge into this section, which I'm kind of lost. I sort of know where I'm going, but not entirely. Let's see, that's a dead end. Okay, I'm not lost, folks. I know where I'm going. Map makes this dungeon a lot easier than I remember it usually being, so I may regret not being conservative with my abilities. Spaced armor. I believe that is Demi. So once again, she gets an armor upgrade. Don't know why they give you two. This one's more significant. This one's a 9-point upgrade from the ceramic armor. Oh, FYI, if you run into an enemy called float mines, they are sort of satellite-looking enemies. They're pretty much exactly what they sound like. They're enemies that will suicide you if you're not killing them fast enough. So be careful, they deal a lot of damage and they can really wreck your party. Alright, need to heal up after that last one. And yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and recommend that after you've gotten all the treasure you think you need in this dungeon, that you leave, heal up, come back, and basically run from every fight. Now we get the Plasma Claw that we're going to give to Rika. Depending on if we remove the Saber Claw, it gives her way more attack power than if we remove the Laser Claw, because Laser Claw is a lot better. Sometimes you'll get that to happen a lot in this game, like characters who dual wield will dual wield 2 different weapons. Not different types, just different weapons. That happens occasionally. Alright, I'm going to go in here and head in here. I'm basically going to go as close as I can to the next story section, and then come and hide us out and come back and cut out the run back. So that's pretty much right here. So I will be right back. Okay folks, we're back. Before we move on, I want to make note. This is a macro you're going to want to use. You start with Rune using the Psycho Wand as an item. This is going to be important. Second is the Demi-Chaz combo, then Grizz powering himself up, then Rika powering the group up. That's going to be a macro you want to set up. You can adjust everything, but the Psycho Wand needs to be first. Well, well. You've made it here. It was to be expected. You should be aware that one step further is the road to your death. I won't let you escape this time. O Reverent One, lend me power. No words are needed on our end, Theo. Just this. The bastard dies. Neutralized. Now hit him with everything you've got. Alright, so that macro's gone. But we've got a lot more pain to push in. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and use Deban, even though I'm going to also have Demi use Barrier. So, Zio himself is finally available to fight. 2,900 hit points. No particular weakness, but the strongest spell Rune's got is Gifoy. So hopefully that'll help. And the most damage is probably on single targets going to be a Chaz. And there's Hune. It is not to be underestimated. You want to keep your health nice and high. Rika is going to be mostly healing. Remember, Demi can only heal herself. Nobody else can heal Demi. Unless you use an item repair kit. And that's a full heal, so you want to avoid doing that. Missed. Corrosion. Alright, Corrosion's a toughie. That's a lot more damage than Hune. Alright, Grizz is going to attack. I'm going to use G-Rest on Grizz. And then now, I haven't shown this off yet, but this is how androids heal. They use the Recover skill. And there you go. It heals for a ton of hit points. Basically, it's a full heal. But you have limited uses, obviously, as it's a skill. There's Corrosion again. Alright. I'm gonna have Chaz use Crosscut. I'm gonna have Rika G-Rest her... I'm gonna have our G-Rest Chaz. I know this goes against my usual explanation of make sure they heal themselves, so you can guarantee the heal. Rika's an exception because she is so fast. I'll have Rune use a Diamate on her because he's also pretty quick. Also, I believe item use ups your priority in the turn list. Black Wave. When you start getting him low enough, you'll do that. It's about 90 to 100 damage to one character. Massive damage, that's why you gotta keep your health nice and high. Thankfully, I'm not too worried about that happening to Demi, because she's more likely to survive it, or at the very least we can revive her more easily, because repair kits also revive androids. Just keep the pressure on if you can. Do not be scared to take a turn off the heal though if you have to. Alright, Chaz is going to now use Githu. I'm going to have Grizz... No, actually I'm going to have him attack. I was going to have him heal himself, but looking over, Demi's the one that needs healing the most, and she has to heal herself. Alright, so Demi takes care of herself. Rune gets a nice hit in. Rika gets Grizz back up. And Chaz gets a nice Githu in. Githu is a ton of damage, you might notice. Ah, there goes Chaz. Okay. I want him up. So looks like we're going to be using that Moon Dew. No, wait. I'm sorry. I don't want to use the Moon Dew. That was almost a mistake. I'm going to have Rika rest herself, and I'm going to have Medic Power take over. Oh wait, I don't want... almost made a mistake there. Medic Power is going to heal Rika regardless. Here we go. Boom. Not a huge amount of health. It's basically a SAR. It's the revive that matters. Hopefully, Dark Force over there won't hit us bad. Nope, Zeo just corrosioned everybody. I'm gonna have to use Medic Power again. Alright. That should get him up. I'm basically hoping for a single target attack so Chaz stays alive. Or to kill him while Chaz still has, is still alive, so that he gets experience from this too. Alright. Awesome. Chaz did lose all of his buffs. I just don't have the time necessary to... who was I healing? I need Chaz healed. I'll go ahead and throw a barrier up, and then I'll have Rune heal himself with a Diamate. Gotta make sure Chaz will actually survive attacks. Nope. And that's basically his physical attack. It's massive damage. It's pretty much the same damage as the Black Wave. So you gotta watch the hell out for that. No, go ahead and get Foy. Did we do it? Victory! Massive 5,199 experience. Once again, won Meseta. Chaz gained a level. Grizz gained a level. Rika gained a level. Learned Shift. Demi gained a level. Rune gained a level. And we gained fucking Revenge. Oh, and Rune learns Reaver. That's a revive, by the way. Wow, he just kind of exploded. This can't be. I'm supposed to be immortal. You're a nihilistic follower of a dark god who was planning to die if his god allowed it. Kind of counterintuitive to immortal, you son of a bitch. Why? Why do you abandon me? Dark Force! We did it! We've defeated Zeo! Yahoo! Alice! At this point, we're not going to be able to stop Nurvus by normal means. I'm going to connect myself directly to Nurvus' system and crack its security. Connect directly? Yes, this is goodbye, Chaz. Demi! Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for everything. Wait, what? No, we've had way too much self-sacrifice lately. Demi, get your ass back here! Access main system. Issue top priority interrupt. Demi! Has it stopped? The operation is a success. Demi, where are you now? Wait, where are you now? I'm in Nurvus' control center. Right now, all the systems that have been maintaining Motavia have been halted. Oh, so this wasn't really self-sacrifice, you're just kind of plugging yourself in. Do you have to stay plugged in? Now there won't be any more disasters. But with all the systems that maintain the environment halted, sooner or later the entire planet will become barren. We must work to restore the functions of each system as soon as possible. To do that, we'll have to do something about Zilan. That's right. As long as the satellite is sending abnormal signals, we cannot control the system. Chaz, why don't we go? Problem? Anyone? Okay, first of all, we killed a dark wizard of massive evil. Yay us. That doesn't mean we somehow learned how to fly through space. Okay, let's go to Zalon. I guess I'm the only one with the problem here. But this Zalon, isn't it located in outer space? Listen to him! Don't worry, an emergency shuttle is available at Nurvus. It's being readied for you. Oh. I won't be able to leave here just now. I must stay and perform maintenance on each of these systems. At Zalon, you should find my master, Ren. Is he another android? Please say he's another android. Ren, I know him. When I was at the bioplant, I often telecommunicated with him. You could just say phoned or called. Telecommunicated, jeez. About half a year ago, I became unable to reach him on the communication circuits. I've been concerned. That's half your entire lifespan. Thus far. Please, Chaz, let's go find Ren at Zalon. Well, good luck with Zalon, everybody. Be careful. Of course! Massive space station. Chaz, I'm sorry, but I know. You just can't leave your little sister. Exactly. Sorry. Aw, Grizz is gone. Now Grizz is going to leave us, so it's just Chaz, Rika, and Rune. The three of us kind of beat up. But Zio is dead, along with Alice, and we have a space station to go set right, and an android to recruit. So at least there's that. So ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise, I'll catch you next time.